Hey guys, today I'm going to read The Forgotten Island. This story can be found on ReadWorks. And so I know that one of the activities is to have someone read to you a page from your story. So you can use this video for that, or if you want to read the whole story and you want to listen to it versus reading it, then you have that option here too. All right, we're going to begin. When Lena awoke, she was alone on the island. The air was cool and bullfrogs croaked. It was that brief moment when the sun had set, but the stars hadn't yet appeared. The whole sky was an indeterminate shade of deep blue, as though the moon were a nervous actress afraid to take her place on the stage. Lena rubbed her eyes and looked around. "Hello?" she called. "Caesar? Marie?" There was no response. The moon was rising now, shedding light on the island. They had always called it the Forgotten Island because no one but them seemed to remember its existence. It wasn't on any of the maps they could find, and the park rangers didn't know about it. But its obscurity didn't bother the island. It just kept on existing. Lena secretly loved that the island was a secret between the three of them, her, Caesar, and Marie. Lena remembered the day they had found the island. The Tennessee River was long and had several tributaries. In the hot summer days when there was no school, they would take Marie's father's boat down the river, exploring the side streams. It was 2 summers ago when they discovered the Forgotten Island. But now Lena was alone, and it was night. Swimming in the river at night was dangerous. The river was treacherous, moving in a lazy pace most of the time, but able to change into a roaring torrent within a few short minutes. Lena heard a far-off boom. Thunder, of course. She sighed. It was her own fault she was stuck in this situation. "Come on, Lena, let Marie steer," Caesar had said. Marie was 2 years older than Lena, but much more timid and unsure in the water. Lena had given Marie the rudder, only to watch her move the boat around aimlessly in circles. In the end, Lena had snatched the rudder back to steer them to the island. Marie had sat to the side, silent, and with tears slowly sliding down her cheeks. Marie always did know how to win sympathy. They had argued then, and Caesar took Marie's side, the same way that Caesar always took Marie's side. Lena had exploded and yelled at them to just leave. So they left. Afterwards, she paced the island, looking into the horizon, watching for the boat to return. Eventually, she grew tired of waiting and lay down in the sand. The summer heat was oppressive. The air thick with moisture that stuck in your throat every time you took a breath. She had assumed Caesar and Marie would wake her up when they returned. She would apologize and everything would be fine. Except now it was nighttime, with a storm approaching. She was all alone on the island. "Lena, get a grip." Just saying the words out loud made her feel better. Stronger. Lena saw the first flash of lightning. She counted the seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, before she heard the boom of thunder. The thunder was louder now as the storm neared. She pulled her jacket around her chest tighter. If it were storming, no one would be able to bring a boat to find her on the island. If Caesar and Marie were stuck on the river during the storm, they might be in even more danger than she was. The Tennessee River would be fickle in the summer, and this was just the type of storm that could bring about a surge of rapids. Lena felt the first cold raindrops slide down her neck, and her mind returned to her own predicament. At least Marie and Caesar had each other. She was stuck on this narrow slice of land by herself. She just hoped she didn't become as forgotten as the island. "Stay calm, Lena, stay calm," she said. But this time she said it silently in her head. Thunder boomed loudly in the distance. What were her options? She could try to swim to shore, but she'd never been the strongest swimmer, and the river's current was already quickening as the rain began to fall harder. She could wait out the storm in the hopes that by morning someone would come to retrieve her. She made her way to the beach on the east side. She slid down to the beach quietly. Lena knew this island, and she knew how to move without startling the birds that nested in the grass. She reached the beach and lay down. Now there was no sound but the bullfrogs and the steady patter of raindrops. Suddenly, Lena spotted something in the water. It was Marie's father's boat, and inside it were Marie, Caesar, and Marie's dad himself. As the boat approached, it became clear that Marie's dad was the one steering through the turbulent river. Lena's breathed a deep sigh, expelling her anxiety, and went running towards the water, waving her hands frantically. She saw the expressions on the faces in the boat turn simultaneously to relief. It was proving difficult for Marie's dad to reach the edge of the beach. The wind kept turning the boat away from the sand, pulling the boat's nose back. In her gratitude and eagerness to get off the island, Lena jumps into the river. Only once she was submerged in the icy water did she stop to think, if Marie's dad couldn't battle the current in his boat, how would she be able to? But before she could panic or take so much as a single stroke, she had already drifted up to the side of the small vessel. A cluster of arms reached into the water for her own and hauled her up and out. She smiled weakly at Marie's dad and, without a word, clutched Caesar and Marie in a cold group hug. They didn't seem to mind becoming wet. The summer continued, and Lena and Caesar taught Marie how to steer the boat, but they never returned to the island. There were other side streams to explore. Okay, guys, this was The Forgotten Island. So make sure that you watch this video one time, look up the words that you did not know, and then read it a second time for comprehension and take notes on the side, as you would if you were annotating this text. Just write little notes on the side of things that you notice. Pause the video as needed at each paragraph and say, okay, now I'm going to write down what just happened. What do I think is going to happen? Make sure that you're using your inferencing and context clues with those words that you don't know. If you don't know the word, please look it up. If you still don't understand what the word means from the definition, then look in the context clues for further understanding of it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy. Thanks, bye.